Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Melissa. If you're just joining me here, welcome. For today's video, I wanted to do something fun today. It is rainy, it is gloomy, and I've been dealing with so much like flat mites and pest issues and some fungal issues on a couple plants that I really just wanted to do a fun repot today. These are two crawlers that I have here. I have a Philodendron Mamei or Mamei, and I have a Philodendron Gloriosum here. And I love both of these plants. These plants actually have been with me for quite a while. My Philodendron Gloriosum here was actually plant mail, and it kind of went downhill for the longest time. It had root rot before, and I ended up re-rooting it in moss, and it grew back, and this is her today. She's got 3, 4, 5 decent size leaves, and then she also has a small little node on the side here as well that I think I'm going to separate. And my plan for the Gloriosum is actually to pot her into a rectangular pot here. I found these off Amazon. It came in a 3-pack. I was looking for a rectangular pot, but I didn't want to have to do a bunch of work and make holes and all that stuff. So I was looking for plastic. This is actually a self-watering pot, and I'm not going to be using the bottom tray. I just mainly got it for this one. I like that it's not overwhelmingly large, and it has a bunch of drain holes. And then this will just be pretty much a water catcher for me. When I go to water it, it'll just drip down and then I can just dump it out. So I plan on potting this one into here, because the plant is at the end of the pot, and it's like, you can see it's like busting out here, and it's got roots coming out of the bottom. It's like busting out of the pot, the last growth. It actually has a new leaf here, and there's not really a way for it to go, and it's like squeezing the pot into a different shape here. So I'm gonna get this plant out of here, and look at that root system too. This plant seriously did not grow and have the best roots for the longest time. To see a healthy root system on this plant is absolutely amazing for me, and because it's been on a journey, it had thrips this summer, I have leaves with damage, and I'm just really excited to basically see it grow back. So my plan is to take this longer portion and put it onto one side, and that'll give it probably half the pot to continue climbing or crawling, I guess. Because I didn't want to go up too large initially. I want to stay relatively on the small side. So this is basically like kind of 2 6-inch pots. So that's my reasoning for choosing this. This Gloriosum was definitely one that I've needed to do for a little while now. I was trying to hold off closer to spring. But I'm gonna go ahead and take care of it today because I just wanted to do something fun, a fun repotting, and not anything that's like sad and depressing. And my Philodendron Mamei, this is actually one of my nodes that has grown back. I do have an older video. I actually have older videos on both of these plants. And this one I actually chopped back after I moved, and it's probably been 7 months ago or something like that, 6 months ago. And again, this one is a crawler as well. It's very wobbly. This is, I believe, a 3-inch. I don't think it's quite a 4-inch, but I'm basically just going to take it out of here and pluck it into a 5-inch. It'll give it a little bit more room to grow. Again, I don't want to go up too large for this guy, so I feel like this would be the perfect little upsize. And I can't wait to get this plant growing back again. I got this plant to be pretty big. It actually was a cutting. I bought it from a local person, and I rooted it myself. I was so proud. It popped out a new leaf, and I actually transplanted it into a rectangular pot. And then ever since I did that, it went downhill. All the leaves yellowed. And I believe, to me, what I think happened was I used a copper wire in the soil to hold the vine down. And I don't know if it leached something into the soil when I watered it that caused some kind of issue with this plant, but basically all the leaves yellowed, and I had to pretty much cut it back and start this plant from basically nothing. So I think I might do this one first because it's cute and this plant is just beautiful. And then we'll do the big guy. But I'm gonna give you a closer look at this guy because he's so cute. Look at those leaves. Seriously, such a cutie. And the back side of the leaves, I don't know if you can tell, they have the little ruffles on the petiole there. I hope you can see the ruffles. They're so cute. Yeah, this will be pretty straightforward, honestly. I'm just going to upsize them and that'll be it. I have my normal mix here and it does have a little bit of extra stuff to make it a bit more chunky. It has leca in it as well as some extra perlite. And yeah, I basically just used some of soul soils and added it in here, but I took out those like cocoa core pieces. So we are gonna do the Mamei first, or Mamei. I don't really know the correct way to pronounce it, but I call it Mamei, so I don't know. That's just kind of the name I call it, I guess. It's actually developed quite a nice root system, you can see there. So I don't want to disturb this plant too much. Oop. I'm going to put some fresh soil into here. I actually want to keep this. All right, so I'm going to try and plant this closer to one end over here so that way he can crawl this way. And then I imagine I'll probably have to end up repotting him again, probably after summer when it grows more. But I think for now I don't want to go up too large, so I think this will be fine for a little while. I'd rather not just overwhelm the root system. Oh my gosh, this is seriously so cute. Look at that. It is seriously adorable. So cute. So the new growth point you can actually see is kind of right in here, down in there. And then it should crawl like that away. So I don't have a lot of room where it can crawl, but I think, you know, like I said, it'll be fine in here until probably the end of summer. And then next month I will just sprinkle a little Osmocote and it'll be growing in no time. Right now I have this one in my IKEA cabinet. I actually wanted to see how this plant would do in there, and so far it's loved it. You know, it does have this new leaf here, which it's pretty much, you know, unfurling all the way, so it'll be fine. I didn't really uproot this plant too bad. I didn't really mess with the roots or anything, so. And I planted him in here maybe 6 or so months ago, so the soil wasn't old by any means. It was totally fine to keep it. So he looks so good. So that one was really easy. It was an easy repot. All right, Gloriosum is the next. So the veining and the pillowy leaves on this are just everything. All right, so this one is getting its own separate pot. Sit him down in here for a minute. All right, so the plan for this one again is to remove the little one that's here on the edge, and then we're gonna pluck the new one in this other pot. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill this one up with soil a little bit. I'll have to rinse that to make it all pretty again once I'm done. All right, so So I have some soil in there. And let's see. I feel bad he was pressing up against this pot right here, like busting out of there. I'm nervous about this one just because it has been not really struggling. You know, it's done a lot better, but it's been on a journey with me. It's taken quite a while to get to this point. Okay, I got one root out. I got the other root out. And this one, the little node is on this side. He doesn't have a lot of roots, so we're gonna pot this one up in that other pot that we were using. And I don't want to mess with this root system at all. Again, this was done like summer last year, so there's honestly, there's no need to, yeah, that new growth was like squished. Yeah, there's no need to get rid of this soil. Take off these crispy bits. Look at how juicy that vine has gotten. So that's the growth that was squished in there. All right, I'm gonna let's see if we can transfer this one right in here. So he is growing this away, so I want to plant him further on one end, which is going to be this end over here. I'm just tickling the bottom of this to loosen the soil a bit on the bottom, just so I can put them a little bit more flat in here. Hopefully you guys can see over the big leaves. I'm just trying to fill up around. I don't want to fill it too full for when I water, but I want to get it secured down in here. This looks so stinking cute, you guys. I can't wait to show you once I'm like done. I'm literally obsessed. This was so much fun. I literally can't. This looks so stinking cute in here. Oh. All right, put this one down there for a minute. All right, so this little pot that we had the Mamei in, we're just gonna use this one to plant this baby node, because this one doesn't have a lot of roots, so I don't wanna go like large or anything like that. So we're just gonna plop this one in here. And the leaves don't look the happiest on that little node. So we are all done. This is the Mamei. So pretty. So again, this one's gonna go in my cabinet, and the little baby Gloriosum I'm going to put in the cabinet. And then the Gloriosum is here. Look at her. So she's got all this extra room. She's a little bit wobbly, but I think once she kind of stabilizes in here. I might put a little bit of extra soil actually. I don't like how wobbly that is. Let's see. Try putting a little soil over top here. Okay. I think once I water it in and it like roots down in there better, it'll be more secure. I'll just have to be mindful. She's so pretty. I'll probably put her on the shelf this way. And then you can see the growth in there and she's gonna climb forward. I'm excited. They look so good now. This is my watering can. I put a couple drops of Superthrive, and this is rainwater soaked with mosquito dunks. I actually just filled up all my containers. It hasn't really soaked long enough, but I'm gonna go ahead and just water these guys so that I can water them and let them drain. I don't think this one's gonna fit back on that plant shelf though, so I'm gonna have to find a new one, which kind of stinks, a new spot for her. It should be dripping. Yeah, you can see it dripping. So I'm gonna let that drain. And then these ones I'm actually gonna do over the sink. Give these a good soak. I'm gonna let them sit here and drain a minute, and then I'll show you them in my plant room. The Gloriosum was able to fit back in the spot that I had her in. The leaves are a little bit close to the light, but I think it'll be okay for now. And then her newest leaf is kind of turned backwards, but I think she'll eventually kind of turn this way. At least that's what I'm hoping. And yeah, it looks really good. She's got a lot of room to crawl, and I just watered her and let her drain, and I just rinsed that out. So I love these pots. I will make sure to link these down below. I got them off Amazon and they came as a set of 3. In my cabinet, oh, so I put the Mamei back there. She's just in her nursery pot. I don't have her on anything. And then the Gloriosum, the other baby node, I just put right here in the front. And that way I can keep an eye on that one. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm glad I got those repotted. They look so good. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little quick repot. It was so nice to just do such an easy, simple repot. I'm so glad I took care of these. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later. And she's back again. And then the Gloriosum looks so good. Ow, don't bite me, child.